Hello guys, welcome to Technological where you grow with knowledge. In the previous video we had learnt about the use of strings in Python programming language and various ways of using single quotes and double quotes. Today we will be talking about a few functions which work with strings or string variables. So let's quickly start this session of interesting concepts. We can do a lot many things while working with strings. These things can be achieved by using inbuilt Python functions. A function is basically a block of code which accepts no, one or more inputs and then returns an output. There are inbuilt functions in programming languages as well as we can create our own functions based on our requirements. So the main purpose of having a function is provide an input to the function and the function returns an output. So let's see our first function of the day, count. The count function returns or displays the number of times a substring or character is present in our string. For example, let me create a variable called string1 and assign it a value like where are you going. Let's execute the cell to assign the value. Now for our requirement, we want to know how many times character E is present in this string. Then I can write a line of code like string1 dot count, and in parenthesis we are going to pass character E as an argument. Make sure you provide E in either single quotes or double quotes. Let me execute the cell by pressing Shift and Enter together. The output is 3, so we can clearly see that E is present 3 times in this string. If we want to check for any substring like RE, then the code will be like string1 dot count and the argument will be this time RE. So let's execute this cell. The output this time will be 2. As you can see, there is a combination of RE in where, and there is another combination of RE in R. This is how the count will work for you. In smaller strings like our example, it is very easy to identify how many times a character or substring is present. But if you are going to deal with large amount of text, then count function will be really helpful. Next functions that we are going to talk about are case related. These are lower, upper, capitalize and title. So let's talk about lower function first. Lower function converts all characters in a string to lower case. Similarly, the upper function converts all characters in a string to uppercase. So let's create another variable string2 and assign a string with all mixed cases like it's a beautiful day. Okay, so just notice here that my string itself contains a single quote. That's why I have used double quotes to enclose my string. So let's execute this cell to assign the value. Let me print the value of string2. So string2 has all mixed cases. Some of them are upper cases, some characters are in lower case. So let's regularize or let's normalize it by using lower function. So I'll call the string2 variable dot lower, and the output of this function will convert all the characters in string2 variable to lower case. Similarly, I can use upper function to convert all characters in a string to uppercase. Remember, this operation here does not change the original string. Here, the input was string2 variable. The function worked on string2 variable value and returned an output. The original string, which is in variable string2, is still intact. Next is the capitalize function. A capitalize function converts the first character of your string to uppercase, and rest of the characters will be converted to lowercase. So let's create another variable string3 and assign another string, a string like the Da Vinci Code, or let me write everything in lowercase, then it will be much better, or the mixed case is also good, the Da Vinci Code. Okay, so let's execute the cell to assign the value. Now let's use the capitalize function with string3 variable. The capitalize function will convert the first character of your string to uppercase, and rest all the characters will be converted to lowercase, like that. So this has a very simple function. The capitalize will convert the first character of the string to uppercase. Now there is another case related function, that is title. So title function is slightly different from capitalize. When we have a string like a title of a poetry, a song, or a topic, then generally the string will have each word starting with a capital letter, each word starting with an uppercase letter. So like if my string 3 is used with function title, the first letter of each word will be capitalized. So see here, first character of each word, T, D, V, and C, they have been capitalized by the title function. Now it looks like a proper title. That's why I had chosen this book title for the example. Next function that we are going to talk about is split, and this is slightly more important than the ones we have talked about. This function breaks a given string into multiple strings on white spaces by default. That means in a string, as soon as a space is encountered, the string will break there, and the process will continue to look for next space in the string to break it again, and so on. So for example, let me try splitting the string assigned to variable string1. So our string1 is where are you going? So if we try to break, or if we try to split this string using the split function, let me write the code, that is string1 dot split. As there are 3 spaces in this string, so this will be broken into 4 different strings. First part will be where, then it encounters a space there, it will break there, then it will break for R, it encounters another space, then it will break for U, then it encounters another space, then it will break for going with the question mark. So let's execute this cell and see the output. So the output of a split is all the words from the string where are you going. The output of a split command is a Python data structure called list. Just for introduction, a list is represented within square brackets and contains elements separated by comma. We will explore list in details in upcoming tutorials. So when we split a string using a split function, it returns a list of splitted strings. Now, if we want to split a string on a particular character or a substring, then we need to pass that character or substring as an argument to the split function. For example, if I want to split where are you going on character E, then the command would be string1 dot split, and as an argument I will pass character E. This time the string will be broken when the process encounters an E in the input string. Let's see the result by executing the cell. So again the output would be a list of strings which are created by splitting the original string. Next function that we are going to talk about is join, which is an exact opposite of split. In join function, we provide a list of string as an argument to the function. The strings in list are then joined or combined together with a given joining string. So in the previous example of splitting, when we splitted our string, it generated a list of strings from the original string. So if we want to combine these words or these strings together again, we will use join function. So let's join these strings back together. For that, I want to join these strings. I want to join where with R using a white space, again R with U, again a white space, and then U with going. In between I want a white space. So the joining string or joining character that we want to use is a white space. So I will use a single quote and give a space. This will be my joining character. Then dot join. And as an argument to the join function, I will provide this list. So let's copy this list and provide that as an argument to the join function. Now if I execute this cell, the output would be exactly same as my original string1. So you see here the list of strings, all the words or the strings in the list have been combined together with a white space in between each of them. Similarly, if you want to join this list of strings together using some other character instead of a white space, you can simply use that as a joining character here. I can use an underscore, then all these strings will be joined together by an underscore. Or if I want to use a hyphen, or it can be any other string as well. So if I want to put let's say a 0, a 1, or any character like 10, anything will work here. Okay. Or if I do not want to have any character in between, then I can simply use single quotes without any character, without any white spaces. Then the strings will be joined together without anything between them. Last function for this session is going to be replace. Replace function is used to substitute a character or a substring in the original string. For example, if I want to replace in the string 1 is actually where are you going. So in this string I want to replace you with we. I want to say where are you going, where are we going instead of where are you going. So to replace that, I need to write string1 dot replace, and then I need to provide two arguments. The first argument is the text that you want to replace. So I want to replace you, so I will type you for the first argument, and the second argument will be the text you want to use in place of replaced text. So here I want to use we in place of you, so I will provide we. Let's execute this command and see the output. Now my string has been changed from where are you going to where are we going. So guys, I hope you found this tutorial helpful. If you haven't gone through the previous tutorials, please watch them to kickstart your journey. Please subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss out on the next videos. Please do like and comment to let me know how did you find this video. Keep learning and keep practicing. Thank you.